Nice. All right, so today your assignment is to explore the circle of life. Now, what I mean by that is I have this circle of life chart, and I will send you a copy. I would encourage you to print it out so you can really study it and look at it and think about it. It is a circle, and in the circle there are different pieces of the pie. Now, there are pieces of the pie that, let's see, spirituality, confidence, education, career, finances, health, home cooking, physical activity, home environment, relationships. Did I say relationships already? Social life, creativity, spirituality. All right. I think I mentioned those a couple times, a few of them a couple times, but that's okay. So I want to talk a little bit about each area here. Now, in order to exercise our psychic muscle, we have to also be aware of where we are, how we're doing in different areas of our life. Okay? Now, I'm not saying strive for perfection, because we're spiritual beings living a human experience, and you know what? We're always going to be working on a piece of this pie or 2 or 3 pieces of this pie for the rest of our lives. And what you will notice is that during different stages of your life, that the pieces of the pie, some will be more fulfilled than others, and others won't be so filled up. So what I want you to do is take, let's say, health, and draw a little dot. And in the middle of the pie, in the middle of the chart, is when you're not doing something at all. It's in the middle of the pie in the chart. If you're doing it and you're satisfied with the progress, or you're satisfied with where you are on your health path, then it's going to, your little dot is going to be here at the outside of your circle. Okay? Now, this is just for informational purposes. I don't want you to get frustrated if your little dots are near the center. It's just an awareness tool as to where you could focus on to better yourself, to better your situation, to better your intuition, because that's what we're talking about here. So, for example, my home environment, I have clear out here. Now, if you've been following me, you know that I just recently moved back into my tiny house from living down at the ocean for a couple years. And I moved back here just to regroup and to just, this is like my little, like my granddaughter says, my little womb, which is my little womb. Okay? She's saying room, but I think it's my womb right now. So my home environment, I'm very happy with my home environment. Whereas, let's say someone else living in a tiny house, or me a couple years ago, before I moved out of my tiny house, I was feeling really like, oh my gosh, I want things, and I want to, have a bigger space, and I want a kitchen, and so my home environment 2 years ago would have been close to the middle, because I wasn't satisfied with where I was living at the time. Okay? So it will shift and change depending on where you are at in your progress. What's important is that we are feeling satisfied or full in our choices and how our choices are, okay? So let's look at my home cooking. My home cooking is like really close to the center of the circle because I cook with an electric fry pan. I cook with a crock pot. And I'm a baker. I love to bake and I love to cook. Right now, I've been eating out a little more than I usually do, and I don't really like to do that. So right now, I could very well improve my home cooking situation, okay? And I'm working on that. I've made a deal with one of my girlfriends that I can go over and do laundry at her house if I have dinner ready for her when she gets home from work. So my home cooking is improving, but this week it's not so much, okay? So I would like that to be a better situation. Now, again, this is just an awareness. And when we have an awareness of the different areas of our life and where we are in that area and how it makes us feel, and it's really important, what is your emotion? How are your feelings in a certain situation? Do you want to better it? Are you okay with it? Can you live with it? Okay, so for example, my spirituality, well, that's all I do. And is I want to evolve, and so I'm always seeking information and teaching myself information and meditating and doing things that will help my spirituality, help me in a deeper understanding. Okay, so my dot is near the outside of it. Okay. So I'm pretty okay with where that is. My health and my physical activity are pretty even here. And I attribute that to being that I'm not as physically active as I would like to be. And I'm working on that. Actually, looking at this, I could probably put my physical activity a little more out towards the outer edge of the circle because I have been walking a lot this week. So I have been getting physical activity in. But things shift and change. But in order for us to exercise our intuitive muscle, we have to have an awareness of where we are in these areas, okay? Where we are each week. Just being aware of it. I don't fill one of these out each week, but I do look at one each week and look at, okay, what do I want to work on a little bit more than I have in the past? Or where is my weaker points that I could do something to bring my dot out towards the outer part of the circle, which with me doing the home cooking, I've already made an arrangement to go and cook someplace else, okay? So I can move that home cooking dot out towards the end or out towards the outer part of the circle. Okay, so this exercise is to give you an awareness of the areas that you would like to focus on. And it is not a tool for you to go, oh my gosh, all my dots are right smack in the middle and I am not doing very good. That's not what this is about. This is about an awareness an awareness of you paying attention to what you want to work on. Okay? So, good luck on this. And print it out and think about it. And, you know, what I have had people do in the past is, okay, so this is Thursday. Write down, put the dots where you feel like you are right now as soon as you print this out. Okay? Get a box of crayons or colored pens or pencils and do the dots in one color. Okay? And then in a couple days on Saturday, look at it again. Have you improved? Have you improved on one of the dots that was near the center? Okay? And then take another colored pencil and do this again. Do the dots. It's just an awareness for you to recognize and see on paper. Because a lot of times we can think about this in our head. We think about this in our head, okay, I want to work on physical activity. Oh, I want to work on my relationship. I want to work on my confidence. But it's up here in our head. It's in our head. There's no organization. So this gives it some organization, okay? And it's an awareness tool. All right. Have fun with this. And I will be sending you out an email here in the next couple days. I figure that I will do an email a couple days after this, and then Tuesday will be here before you know it, and then there's another assignment and another assignment, and you're going to have a lot of fun with this, all right? And you're going to be like very intuitive before you know it, or not second guessing it, okay? Ciao.